as an example that, you know what, you can get the big things right. You can get things right. Imagine if you had a bureaucracy and leadership like they did in New York. Would that bridge have been fixed in 3 days? Is there anybody here that thinks that bridge would have been fixed in 3 days with that bureaucratic mindset? Of course it wouldn't have. If anyone does believe that, please talk to me after this, because I have oceanfront property I would like to sell you in Arizona.
Joining me now, my friend Dave Reaboi of the great Substack, I love it, Late Republic Nonsense. Dave, when we first started hanging out, you were in a very, very blue area, and now you reside in Florida. People have heard me say it 1,000 times. Would you please elaborate for the masses the difference in living in like D.C. or New York and Florida?
Oh my gosh. Well, it doesn't even, you don't even need to go to the level of what Governor DeSantis just mentioned when he talked about the lack of absurd, crippling bureaucracy in some of these blue states that prevent government and private businesses and people from functioning in a normal and productive way without interference. I mean, it's a lot more basic than that, and it gets to something that I guess we'll wind up talking about, which is that you don't need to be surrounded by people who despise you. And that's running into somebody at the supermarket or at the gym or wherever. If you are a right-leaning person in a blue state, odds are you feel this dark cloud around you wherever you go. You feel like you are, like you don't belong and that people hate you, because guess what? They do. And the left historically has been very good about keeping and holding territory. I mean, I lived most of my life in blue areas. I lived in New York and in San Francisco and in Washington, D.C. And one thing the left does very well is they give you a sense that you are not welcome if you do not share their politics. And it's at every moment. It's the graffiti on the streets. It's the signs in the windows. It's the random, offhand comments from people in the supermarket line. It's everything. And once you walk away from that and go to a place where you are more welcome, where you feel like, hey, most of the people around you agree with you, this cloud lifts, and you actually feel so much better. You feel more optimistic about the future, and frankly, you're just happier. So to me, I don't understand why people waste another moment being under this cloud. And I think they should just get up and go. And if they can't do that, then they should at least figure out how they can get up and go. Maybe not tomorrow or the next day or even a year from now, but just about everybody can come up with a plan to go to a place where they're surrounded by people who think like them and don't despise them.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, The Forgotten Genocide, the first episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.